But anyways, third down, we are going into college football. So big news actually this week. The Big Ten, after watching the ACC come back and play football, decided to come back and vote. So according to ESPN, the Big Ten will kick off its college football season the weekend of October 24th after the league's presidents and chancellors unanimously voted to resume competition, citing daily testing capabilities and a stronger confidence in the latest medical information, the conference announced Wednesday morning. So each team will attempt to play 8 games in 8 weeks, leaving no wiggle room for those no wiggle room during the coronavirus pandemic before the Big Ten championship game on December 19th. That day will also feature an extra cross-division game for each school, with seeded teams in each division squaring off. So also stated that the Big Ten would complete its season before the December 20th selection day for the college football playoffs. Obviously, this is honestly to get Ohio State into the playoffs, because nobody's going to be Ohio State. Ohio State's going to win the Big Ten easily. So this is a very strategic move by the Big Ten. Honestly, they were a little late to the party. I think they potentially could have acted prematurely. I know I was on that board that football will not be played in an attempt to look out for the athletes, but the athletes want to play. So as long as they know what the potential consequences are of playing and they still want to play, I mean, you should allow them to play. But the Big Ten, again, very strategic move to get 8 games in and have a Big Ten championship the day before the December selection day for the college football playoffs. So they will likely have a representative in the college football playoffs, likely Ohio State, probably Ohio State. I don't think anyone's going to beat them in the Big Ten this year, and that just is what it is. Ohio State is just, I know they did have some people opt out, I believe. I'll have to go back and check, but Justin Fields has not opted out. He's going to be playing, and I believe that's all you need to win the Big Ten for Ohio State. So I'm excited for the Big Ten to be coming back. I think it was a travesty to have the Big Ten not play, because Ohio State is a big part of the college football playoffs, and they will make the college football playoffs this year. So I'm glad to see that happen. Now, Pac-12 is a different story. According to the San Jose Mercury News, Gavin Newsom, that's the governor for California, said, "I want to make this crystal clear. Nothing in the state guidelines declines the ability for the Pac-12 to resume. That's been a misrepresentation of facts." So he's talking about, because there was a letter written to the governor of California as well as the governor, I believe, of Oregon, to allow college football to occur. So these letters were written directly to the governor. And he's saying that the rules don't restrict the Pac-12 from playing, at least the Pac-12 teams in California. But it says, however, the state guidelines clearly prevent players from practicing in cohorts larger than 12, which makes football difficult, obviously, right? You can't, practicing 12 people at a time, that is going to restrict. So it's not really a misrepresentation of facts. That is a fact. The rules technically are not restricting you, but who the hell could practice football with less than 12 people or 12 people or less? It's not realistic. So, obviously teams could, the schools can make adjustments to make sure they fit within those guidelines, but it's just not realistic for the Pac-12 teams to do that, or at least the ones in California. So, crucially, Newsom said that the state would be willing to engage with the Pac-12 on the rules governing cohorts, a development that could allow the teams to practice and compete. So California actually has been one of the most strict states when it comes to COVID guidelines and laws. So it's no surprise here that, very stringent on these guidelines as far as practicing and the cohort size. But Newsom also stated that we're committed to working with the Pac-12. Remember, these are student athletes. So it looks like he's open to doing that. The Pac-12 does not, they're still way behind the Big Ten. To be honest, I think the Pac-12 has already stated that the worst case scenario, I think they said best case scenario, the earliest they could start is November. So honestly, that doesn't bode well for the Pac-12 or any other school that plans on trying to make the college football playoffs. But we'll see. I'm not holding my breath for a Pac-12 team to make the college football playoffs. I thought that USC would potentially have a chance. Potentially Oregon, but just doesn't look like that's going to be the case this year. They're already way behind the 8-ball. Pac-12 sitting on its hands. So pick it up, Pac-12. This is not good. Come on. You're embarrassing me. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for more fire sports takes. And for those of you who are on the go, make sure you subscribe to our full show, which airs every Thursday on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and a bunch more. Until then, I'm chucking it up, and I'll see you guys next time.